Japan, a country that combines rich culture and the modern world so seamlessly. A place that we have been lucky to visit twice and somewhere we could revisit again and again. With the reopening of its international borders, today we want to share with you 9 of the most epic destinations you need to visit in Japan.
So good!
There are so many things to love about Japan, from its incredible food, its friendly people, historic places or modern era cities. So with so many beautiful and interesting places to visit, it can be quite overwhelming when trying to decide where to go. This video will help you decide what you might like to add to your Japanese travel bucket list. Now, in no particular order, Kyoto.
Kyoto once was the capital of Japan. It is steeped in rich history and culture and is the perfect place to visit if you want to see some of the oldest and most beautiful buildings. With great transportation links, it can easily be reached from Osaka and takes just 3 hours on the Shinkansen bullet train from Tokyo. Kyoto has preserved so much of its heritage and beautiful charm in its temples, shrines and old wooden houses. This is where you can also visit the famous Arashiyama bamboo forest. Why not try some of the best ramen we have ever had at Membaka? It's certainly an experience, but you might leave with no eyebrows.
Whoa! Oh my days.
Since my eyebrows. The Gion district is also a must visit, which has the most famous geisha district, although the geishas you see are most likely not the real deal and just tourists dressed up for the day.
I think of all the places in Japan, the Gion district is still one of my favourites because of just the culture, and it's that old traditional Japanese wood which I love. It's so pretty here.
In our eyes, Kyoto is an absolute must visit to soak up what Japan is all about.
Next on the list is Osaka. Osaka is the 3rd largest city in Japan and has so much to offer. One of Osaka's most well-known sites is Osaka's iconic castle, which was completed in 1586. A really fun thing to do for the day is check out Universal Studios, full of fun rides and movie nostalgia. It also happens to be the first Universal Studios built outside of America.
Arigato.
Another big scene for Osaka is its street food, so if you're big foodies like us, one of the most fun places to try this is in Dotonbori, a lively area that is a touristy destination but with a huge variety of bars and restaurants. It is the perfect place for a first-timer to try some local food and immerse into the Japanese culture. Of course, it wouldn't be complete without seeing the famous Running Man sign too.
In at number 3 is Miyajima Island. Miyajima Island is easily accessed by a quick ferry boat from the mainland. Once you're there, it has the most beautiful, quaint little streets to wander. It is a relatively small island, making it pretty easy to explore by foot. One of the most incredible and unique experiences we did here was stay at a ryokan.
Wow. This is so amazing.
A ryokan is a traditional Japanese inn where travellers can experience authentic Japanese culture from the room, food and onsen baths. There is also lots of wild deer roaming freely on the island. They aren't too fazed by people and will sometimes come quite close. One of the most popular things to do here is visit the giant torii gate. Unfortunately, when we visited, it was being renovated.
It is a shame that we can't see it, but it's just another reason to come back to Japan again.
But for reference, this is what it's meant to look like. The food is also incredible, and we would highly recommend a trip to this restaurant where we tried okonomiyaki, which is a traditional Japanese pancake.
You've made a good dent in this.
I'm starting to struggle a little bit, so I'm going to keep going, eat as much as I can. One tip, if you're not that hungry, definitely get one to share.
Arigato. Bye.
Next on the list is Fukuoka. Fukuoka is located in Kyushu, which is on the western side of Japan. It may not be as popular as Kyoto or Tokyo, but it certainly offers as much excitement and is very well known for its big food scene.
Wow. This is insane.
So naturally, we made our trip all about food. It is where tonkotsu ramen and Hakata ramen were born, which is two of the most famous ramens in Japan. Canal City Shopping Mall is full of delicious restaurants, and we were recommended to hunt down some good ramen there. Yaki ramen is also a local speciality in Fukuoka, and we were told by the locals to go and find yatai, which is Japanese street food stalls. And it is about as authentic as it can get. Definitely worth the 1 hour queue. Fukuoka is also a great place to base yourself to check out the incredible Canal City, which is where we will share with you next.
Yanagawa. Yanagawa is a city pretty much made up of many canals which are navigated using small boats. We call it the Venice of Japan.
This is a low bridge.
Okay, thank you.
It's quaint and very scenic, and unlike anywhere else we have been to in Japan. The best thing to do here is take a boat ride down the narrow waterways and let the expert Sendo, the boatman, lead you through the town and tell you all about its history. We were lucky and even got serenaded as we explored the water.
Wow.
Thank you.
Such a cool experience and so close to Fukuoka, you just can't miss it.
Of course, our top 9 places to visit in Japan wouldn't be complete without including its capital, Tokyo. Tokyo has got to be one of the most captivating cities in the entire world.
This place is insane.
It's famous for being the city of the future, with its bullet trains that can get you from A to B,
It is going so fast.
and skyscraper buildings that creates the famous city skyline. It's the place where you can see both the ancient and the modern in one single afternoon. There are a few famous spots to visit in Tokyo that we'd recommend, the first being Shibuya Crossing. You simply cannot visit Tokyo without checking out this area. Shibuya Crossing is the world's busiest pedestrian crossing, with as many as 3,000 people crossing at any given time. It's a pretty cool area to hang out for a while and soak up all the Japanese craziness. You cannot avoid seeing the Tokyo Tower and the Tokyo Skytree Tower wherever you are. While the iconic red and white Tokyo Tower stands at 333 metres tall, Tokyo Skytree is twice the size of the Eiffel Tower and only 200 metres shy of the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. Of course, after exploring the city, the number one thing to indulge in is food. Tokyo is known for its delicious sushi and, well, anything Japanese really. And if you are undecided, then sometimes it's best to just wander around and find a place with the longest queue, because 9 times out of 10, it's the best.
I don't know where to start or how to pick.
Tokyo remains one of our favourite cities, and we just cannot wait to get back again.
Next up is Okunoshima. You may not have heard of this place, but there is an island just off the coast of Hiroshima that is known as Bunny Island.
Bunny Island is the best place on earth. I'm so happy right now.
I don't think you have enough bunnies.
This island is completely overrun with hundreds of wild rabbits. You can grab a short 15-minute ferry ride across to the island, and when you arrive, it is literally bunny heaven. The island itself is fairly small and there isn't much else to see there, but if you like, you can take a really nice walk and even find some awesome little beaches.
It's so funny because Japan, I always think of bright lights and city. I never really think of beach and sea, but the water is actually beautiful. It's so clear. It's actually so nice.
And if you did decide to stay the night, then you have a big resort on the island as well.
Or if you visit for the day, there's a great little cafe and restaurant to grab some lunch.
So if you had any doubts about coming to Bunny Island, I hope that this proves it's worth investing a day here, or at least an afternoon. Hello!
Next on the list, which is not too far from Kyoto, is Himeji.
So it should take us about 44 minutes on the train to get from Kyoto to Himeji. We're going to head straight to the hotel, drop off our bags and go and explore.
See ya.
The most famous place to visit here is, of course, Himeji Castle.
What a sight! So beautiful.
This castle is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site that is considered to be one of Japan's most beautiful and well-preserved castles.
So it's 1,000 yen per adult to get into the Himeji Castle. There are some really nice gardens inside, so let's go take a closer look. This place is huge.
It's a great place to wander around the grounds and even explore inside the castle. Sadly though, when we visited, the castle was closed for renovations. And of course, after a long day of exploring, like everywhere in Japan, Himeji is an awesome place to hunt down some sushi.
Sushi go round. Let's give this place a go. How cool is this?
Our sushi dinner in Himeji remains one of our favourite sushi train experiences in Japan.
Oh my god, it's the best ever!
And our final place to share with you on our top 9 places to visit in Japan is Onomichi.
Onomichi is a small little town located on the Seto Inland Sea. It's a super easy day trip from Hiroshima and is most famous for the Shimanami Kaido, which is a very popular tourist cycling route where many head to explore the neighbouring islands by bike. This route is Japan's most famous cycling route, with the most popular section being 70 kilometres between Imabari City and Onomichi City, passing over 6 more islands. So whether you are a keen cycle enthusiast or you simply wish to burn some calories after all the delicious Japanese food you've been having, this is such a fun day out. We stayed at Hotel Cycle, which provided everything you needed to know about tackling the cycle route.
Finally ready to get going.
I'm scared. I've
Come on
been on the bike in so long.
We picked up some hire bikes and we were on our way. We are definitely amateur cyclists, but we had so much fun getting out and about in this beautiful part of Japan.
How was it?
I don't know whether it's because we're non-cyclists or we're just super unfit.
I think we're super unfit. She's not even breaking a sweat. As you are. We're definitely unfit.
If you do decide to tackle the cycle route, we highly recommend a great little spot to grab lunch.
Oh yes. Now this is what I'm talking about.
So yummy.
Good choice.
Yeah.
So that rounds up our top 9 places to visit in Japan. We hope this video has helped you with some ideas should you be planning to visit this country anytime soon. For us, Japan remains in one of our top 3 countries in the whole world to visit, and we cannot wait to return again. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the places in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more videos like this. See you on the next video.